It took 8 years for Jennifer Simonetti-Bryan to become one of the world's top experts on wine. Her first encounter with a high-quality vintage came 10 years ago at a business lunch featuring salmon paired with a white French wine called Sancerre. Suddenly, she was inspired.
And it wasn't that the wine was so amazing, it was just that I had never experienced that kind of cleansing sensation before. And it occurred to me at that moment that the chef in the back didn't go, "Oh, just give them the Sancerre, I don't care." There was a conscious decision to put these two things together. So that fascinated me, and I thought, you know what? For the hours that I'm working, for 1 hour a week, I owe it to myself to do something that I'm interested in. And that's really what began my entire journey into wine.
Knowing nothing about wine at the time, Jennifer started by taking a wine class. Ultimately, she began to consider a career in the wine industry. But leaving investment banking was difficult. Her family and friends tried to talk her out of it. Still, despite family misgivings, she left her 60-hour-a-week job and moved to New York to work in a wine store.
I had such an interest and a drive for it that I really didn't have for banking. There's some people out there who really love banking, more power to you. But I didn't have that. And so if I'm going to do anything for 15 or more hours a day, I figure I might as well enjoy it.
The drive and interest and years of study paid off. While the United States is now the largest consumer of wine and the fourth wine producer in the world, only 27 Americans hold the industry's top honor, the title of Master of Wine. Jennifer is now one of them.
The Master of Wine is actually a title. It's not a degree, it's not a course or a program in that sense. It's a title that's given by the Institute of Masters in Wine, which is located in London. And after I had passed my diploma for the Wine and Spirits Education Trust, it took me 6 years to prepare for the exam.
The exam consists of 4 days of testing and identifying 36 wines. It's the Olympics of the wine industry. Jennifer was expected to know all aspects of the wine industry, from viniculture to logistics and marketing.
The Master of Wine was the most difficult and challenging intellectual exercise that I've ever pursued. And I wouldn't change a thing because it broadened my horizons. And even though it was hard and it was difficult, and there were times where I was crying and I was tearing my hair out and I don't want to do this anymore because I want a life, it was so worth it because you go to an entirely new level.
Named after the city of
Today, Jennifer is working on 2 books on wine and recently released a DVD called The Everyday Guide to Wine. She travels around the world to lecture on wine and test new brands. Though she now makes more money than she ever did in investment banking, she says the biggest reward is finding her call and living her passion. Anna Hons-Ward, VOA News.